Hey there, this is my Mastodon review and the results may surprise you. So first off, I'll quickly outline the structure for this video. Part 1 will be the regular quick review looking at the strengths and weaknesses of the truck, and then part 2 will be a comparison as to how it performs against other trucks similar to it and whether it is worth buying. So starting off, we'll take a quick look through the truck setup and arrangement starting with the engine. For the engine, I've chosen the Storm engine granting a power to weight ratio of A+. Following this, you can equip the Advanced Special Gearbox if you have it unlocked, which rounds off the remaining stats as A+ for durability and C- for fuel consumption. The suspension is not changeable on this truck, which I believe is a mistake, as active suspension would be ideal. The truck has independent suspension per wheel, which should grant a more level ride like that of the Dam. The maximum travel of the suspension isn't that much, as you can see from this image. All-wheel drive and diff lock are always on for what should be peak performance, but as I'll demonstrate later, high gear is broken at least for the Advanced Special Gearbox. For tyres, you get 61-inch ZHM tyres, which are marginally better than the tyres for the Zikz 605R, but unlike the 605R, you have the option for chain tyres, giving it an advantage on ice. There are other options, but meh. A big point to make on the tyre front is that the Mastodon tyres have a massive 150 hit point pool, whereas standard tyres is normally just 50 hit points, though the Tatra trucks do get 100. But to me, 150 hit points just seems a bit over the top. For frame add-ons, you have a large variety including both saddles, short log frame, log loading crane, 2-slot flat and sideboard bed, big and small cranes, 3-slot sideboard bed, van body, fuel and water tank, and the seismic vibrator module. Unique to non-modded trucks, the small loading crane will be placed at the back of the truck if you also select the 2-slot flat or sideboard bed for the first time, so you can more easily load cargo onto your trailers, especially as the blue crane is mighty short. You cannot use a crane with the 3-slot cargo bed, nor can you tow a trailer, so this truck is not a cargo rival for trucks such as the Azov 7 or the Paystar 5600. The fire tank is unique in that it can carry 2,500 litres, but just like the Dairy Special, it can't tow a trailer with this add-on. Finally, on the add-ons front, you cannot combine the log loading crane and short logging frame. Under the rooftop options under visuals, you can equip the Saviour frame, enabling you to equip the extra spare wheel, and then separately equip the trunk repair supplies, granting overall 2 spare wheels, 150 repair parts, and 140 litres of spare fuel, though do be aware that the Mastodon comes with a spare 50 litres of fuel as part of the service kit situated next to the vertically mounted spare tyre. This means that in total you can have 690 litres of fuel, not including the use of the fuel tank add-on, which is absolutely mega. The 605R for comparison will hold 620 litres of fuel. Onto driving performance and fuel economy, here you can see the Mastodon with the 3-slot cargo taking a dirt and mud path through Tamir, and the fuel consumption varies from around 10 to 20 litres per minute. So if we average that to 15 litres per minute, that gives us 46 minutes of constant driving time. However, Tamir is not flat, and this really gets in the Mastodon's way given the overhang of the cabin, and this truck does have a knack for getting stuck, and you'll see why active suspension is needed. In this clip, you can see the Mastodon hauling a ramp flatbed trailer with loading crane, etc., again through Tamir, and you'll see similar fuel consumption results, and also the need to actively change gears to keep progress consistent. The Advanced Special Gearbox also gives the Mastodon 6 auto gears, so it can get up to speed nicely. But given that the high gear is actually slower than low plus, you cannot bulldoze through terrain in the same manner you can with the 605R. So to summarise, the pros of this truck include 8x8 chassis is a win, all-wheel drive and diff lock are always on, big chunky mud and chain tyres available, crane flatbed trailer combo available, has the largest fire tank add-on of any truck, I know I just said that for the Dairy Special, it has fuel forever, and a rear loading crane. And the cons of this truck include cabin overhang will get you stuck, high gear is broken, no medium or long log options, and very low hit points on the suspension, barely enough to repair it. It is a bulky unit of a truck with great power with several roles it can fulfill. But there are some odd decisions for this truck. The original way back in spin tyres was for logging and truck recovery, so why don't we have the option for truck recovery here? The hit point spread across the components is also very strange. Only 160 points for the suspension, which is only a bit more than each wheel, but the gearbox has 250 points. But given that diff lock is always on, you're never really going to damage it. Like, ever, unless you completely smash the engine to bits first, which has a 320 points, and then you've just got to start crashing everywhere. Next, there are no fuel tanks on this truck. Here you can see the truck in spin tires, and between the second and third axles you can see the twin fuel tanks. So where are the other Snowrunner version? It's just plain bad and lazy design. Next, I ran some speed tests on the various gears and compared the truck to the 605R doing the exact same thing. And here you can see that the high gear is clearly broken, given that the truck travels slower than in low plus and is half the speed of the 605R. As a small update to my heavy hauler database, I ran the Mastodon with 3 trailers across the same route, noting their time and fuel consumption, and ranked it against other heavy hitters such as the Colobs, P16, 605R. You can see that video in the top right, and it performs well, but only because its fuel tank dwarfs the tanks of other trucks. If you bring its fuel capacity more in line with other trucks, the performance is actually about the same. Though, if I had to choose one, I would still pick the 605R over this truck for heavy hauling because it's so much smaller. The 605R actually feels nimble compared to this thing, and I know it's a lot bigger and it's a big lumbering brick and it's like a missile carrier or whatever, but I feel like the devs have kind of half-assed it and done a disservice to this vehicle and released it in a broken state effectively. I'm not saying it should smash everything out of the water, but the model at least should be finished and all of its gears should work correctly. So after that run, it's a 6 out of 10 from me. Unless the devs patch this truck so that it works properly, I'm really not going to use it. Short logs in Snowrunner is such a niche requirement. The login frame worked in previous games because it didn't matter what size logs you moved, the amount you needed for the objective was the same. So yeah, you could do shorter logs, but you'd do more journeys, or you could do long logs and do it faster. It didn't make a difference. But for Snowrunner, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't make sense. And breathe. So overall, if you're on the fence about this truck, I just say keep hold of your money, unless you really want to drive it. But be warned, you may just end up disappointed. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for watching. If you found this video useful, then please let me know down below, and have a great day.